Hi guys, this is Manohar and welcome to Tutoralz. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the topic chain rule in the time and work. Actually, this is the third part of time and work tutorial. If you haven't watched the first and second part, I recommend you to please watch the first and second part of time and work tutorial so that you can come to know what is the concept of time and work and what are the methods we use to solve the problems. Now in this video, we are going to discuss chain rule in the time and work. First of all, what is chain rule? Okay, chain rule in time and work can be defined as comparison between two events. Okay, the event might be total amount of work done or total time taken by the person or efficiency of the person. So in chain rule we will compare and also we will find out what is the time taken or total work or total efficiency of the persons. Okay, and also in the first video I have told you total work in the time and work can be defined as total amount of efficiency of a person and also total amount of time taken by a person. Now from that definition I will write the formula for chain rule so that we can understand how to use that chain rule formula to solve the problems. Now I am taking that total work definition, so I will get total work in time and work can be defined as efficiency into total time taken by a person to complete the work. Now I have already told you total work in the time and work will be always constant and we treat it as one part of work. Okay, in time and work we treat total work as one part. But in chain rule this is totally different. In the question itself he will give what is the total amount of work done to be done. Okay, in the chain rule in the question itself they will give what is the total amount of work to be done by a person. So in the suppose assume an example, suppose a man needs to print 100 pages. Here printing 100 pages is the total amount of work to be done. Okay, suppose assume another example, suppose 100 men needs to construct a building. Here constructing a building is the total amount of work to be done. Okay, in the same way I will take examples so that we can come to know how to write the definition and also formula. Okay, now efficiency. Efficiency is nothing but the amount of work done by a person in 1 hour or 1 day and so on. In the previous tutorials, we are writing that if the work is completed in 10 days, we are writing efficiency as 1 by 10. If the work is completing in 2 hours, we are writing the efficiency as 1 by 2. But in chain rule, it is completely different. We will need to find what is the efficiency of the person or we will substitute the efficiency of person in the if it is given in the question. Okay, and also total time. Total time is nothing but what is the total time taken by the person to complete the work. Now I will take two examples so that you can come to know how to use these values in this definition and also we will derive the formula for chain rule. Okay, now I am taking one example as suppose assume one man is working 8 hours a day for 10 days, okay, by printing 10 pages, okay, by printing 10 pages per day. And also assume another example, I am taking 5 men working 8 hours a day for 5 days printing 20 pages per day. Okay, one example is I am taking one man working for 8 hours for 10 days by printing 10 pages per day. And also I am assuming another example, 5 men working 8 hours a day for 5 days printing 20 pages per day. Now we will take this 100 pages as total work to be done in both the cases. I am taking 100 pages is the total amount of work done in both the cases. So what is the efficiency of a person? Efficiency is nothing but the amount of work done per day or per hour. Here the efficiency of the person is printing 10 pages per day. Okay, printing 10 pages per day. Okay, now the amount of total time. Total time they are working 8 hours for 10 days. Okay, 8 hours they are working for 8 hours daily and for 10 days, right? So we can write it as 8 into 10. They are working 8 hours daily for 10 days. Okay, now how many people are working? They are working only one man. Okay, so one man. One man, totally there are only one person working for 10 days to complete this work. Now in the other example, so there are 5 men working. So 5 men working for 8 hours 5 days. 8 hours, 5 days. Printing 20 pages. Okay, 20 pages per day. So 10 pages per day, 20 pages per day, these are the efficiencies. Okay. Now from this we can write the formula as, see here the work done, here I am taking this work done as W1 and this is as W2. Okay, so W1 and W2, they are both equal. So right, suppose I am writing this both formula wise, I will get, suppose here one man printing 10 pages per day for 8 hours per 10 days. So one man is printing 10 pages per day working for 8 hours for 10 days equal to, so to print total work, that is 100 pages. In the same way, to print this 100 pages, the other scenario where 5 men are working 8 hours a day for 5 days, printing 20 pages per day. Okay, actually 10 pages per day and 20 pages per day are efficiencies of the persons in both the scenario. Okay, and also they are working 8 hours per day in both the cases and also 10 days in both 10 days here and also 5 days here. So we can equal it. Okay, we can since the amount of work to be done is the equal, we can equal both the scenarios. So I can write it as here one man and 5 men. So I am taking this one man as one person P1. Okay, one person as P1 in the first case. In the second case, I am taking this 5 men as P2, persons 2. Okay, in the same way, taking this efficiency as E1. Okay, and 8 hours as H1 and 10 days as D1. In the same way, I am taking this efficiency as E2, hours as H2 and days as D2. Okay, so we can write the formula as P1, E1, H1, D1 equal to P2, E2, H2, D2. Here because the efficiencies are different for both the persons. Okay, in the both the scenario, the efficiencies are completely different. In first scenario, they are printing 10 pages per day. In the second scenario, they are printing 20 pages per day. So the efficiencies are different. And also total work to be done is the equal. Remember this point. Whenever the total work to be done is equal in the question, we will use this formula. Okay, we will use this formula whenever the total amount of work to be done is equal. Okay, remember this. Now we have two different efficiencies. Suppose assume the efficiencies are equal for both the scenarios. So okay, I am assuming the efficiencies are equal for both the scenarios. Then what is the formula we get? We get P1 H1 into D1 equal to P2 H2 D2. Because since these both are equal, this will cancel out, or we can also no need to write them. Okay, if the efficiencies both are equal, they will cancel, and also we don't want to write them, right? So I will get P1 H1 D1 equal to P2 H2 D2. Remember this is the formula when total work done is equal in both the cases. Remember this, okay? When total work done is the equal in both the cases, we will use this formula P1 H1 D1 equal to P2 H2 D2, that is person, hours and days. In same scenario, I will consider one more example so that we can derive another formula which will be used when total work done is different. Okay, now I will use another scenario. Now I am taking one more example so that I wrote this first formula here so that you can understand. I am taking one more scenario where one man works for 8 hours for 10 days. The work to be done is 100 pages. Okay, one man need to print 100 pages. Okay, now he is working 8 hours per day for 10 days. In the same way, I am taking another scenario, 5 men working for 6 hours for 5 days to print 200 pages. Okay, now let's see how to write this as formula. Okay, now since this W1 and W2, since both are different, right? Suppose W1 and W2 both are different. So we will get W1, that is W1 equal to work to be done. W1 equal to person 1 and hours 1 and days 1. And also W2, that is work 2. Work 2, it can be written as person 2 H2 D2. Okay, so we can write it as when we divide this W1 by W2, we will get P1 H1 D1 by P2 H2 D2. Okay, or we can also write it as W2 into P1 H1 D1 are equal to W1 into P2 H2 D2. We can write it in both the ways. Okay, now try to remember this in this manner only, so that it will be very useful, very easy in solving the problems. Okay, now when I divide this W1 and W2, I will get P1 H1 D1 by P2 H2 D2. Okay, W1 is work 1, that is need to be done by person 1, hours 1 and days 1. Okay, this is the work 1, this is the work 2. Remember this formula is used when both the total amount of work to be done is different. Okay, in both the cases the work to be done is different. One case is 100 pages and another case is 200 pages. So we will use this formula where W1 and W2 are completely different. So we will use P1 H1 D1 by P2 H2 D2. If in both the cases, if the total amount of work done to be is equal, then we will use this formula. If the work done is different, then we will use this formula. W1 by W2 equal to P1 H1 D1 by P2 H2 D2. Okay, now let us solve some more problems based on this chain rule concept, so that you can come to know how to use these formulas in solving the problems. Now let us solve some problems based on this chain rule, so that we can understand how to use those two formulas in solving the problems. I have wrote this two formulas here, so that you can understand which formula to use whenever there is a problem. Okay, now let us look at our first problem. They are saying that 18 boys can do a piece of work in 24 days. In how many days can 27 boys do the work? Okay, they are asking us 18 boys can do a piece of work in 24 days. 24 days. 18 boys can do a piece of work in 24 days. Okay, the same way, in how many days 27 boys do the same work? 27 boys do the same work. Okay, so listen carefully. In the question they have given as the work as same, so they are asking 27 boys to do the same work. So here work done is same in the both the cases. So we will use the first formula, that is P1 H1 D1 equal to P2 H2 D2. Okay, now here they have not given hours, so we can not write this hours in the formula. So we will get P1 D1, that is 18 boys can do the work in 24 days and 27 boys do the work in how many days? So we need to find what is the D2. So if I send this 27 boys to the left hand side, I will get 18 into 24 by 27. So 9 2s, 9 3s, 3 1s, 3 8s. Okay, I will get 2 into 8, that is 16 days. So 27 boys can complete the same amount of work in 16 days. Now let us look at our second problem. They are saying that how many days will take 1648 persons to construct a dam if 721 persons can build the same in 48 days. Here also the work done is same in both the cases. So they are asking that 1648 persons take how many days to construct the dam if 721 persons can build it in 48 days. So we need to find out D1 here. So that work done in both the cases is equal. So we use the formula 1. So we will get P1 H1 D1 equal to P2 H2 D2. Here also they didn't give any hours, so we can't write them. Now P1, that is 1648 into D1 equal to 721 into 48 days. So for D1 I will get 721 into 48 by 1648. So if I cancel with 4, I will get 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 4s are 16, 4 1s 4, 4 2s 8. And in the same way 4 1s 0, 4 3s 12 and 4 3s 12. 1 or 3. 100 into 7 will be 700, 3 into 7 will be 21. So 103 into 7. 7 3 is 21. So 21 days. So 1648% can construct the same dam in 21 days. Now let's see the third problem. They are saying that if 3 men or 6 women can do a piece of work in 16 days, in how many days can 12 men and 8 women can do the same piece of work? Okay, so we need to find out what is the time taken for 12 men and 8 women to do the piece of work. They are saying that 3 men or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. And also we need to find out for 12 men and 8 women can complete the work. Okay, now they are saying that 3 men or 6 women. So either 3 men can complete the work in 16 days or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. So we can write it as 3 men can complete the work in 16 days or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. So we can write it as 3 men equal to 6 women. Okay, now 1 man equal to 6 by 3, that is 2 women. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. They have given that 3 men or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. So either 3 men can complete the work in 16 days or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. So we can write it as 3 men equal to 6 women. So 1 man equal to 2 women. So then if I substitute all the women as men, I will come to know what is the time taken for 12 men and 18 women to complete the work. Now I am taking the first formula because here they have mentioned that the work done in the same scenario is the same. Okay, the work done in the both scenarios is same. Now I will get P1 D1 equal to P2 D2. Okay, now P1 D1, that is 3 men or 6 women. I will write it as 1 man equal to 2 women, right? So 3 men equal to 6 women into D1, that is 16 days, equal to P2 D2. P2 is 12 men plus 8 women. So 1 man equal to 2 women. So 12 men equal to 12 into 1 man equal to 2 women plus 8 women into D2. So if I send this all to the left hand side, I will get 6 into 16 by 12 into 2, that is 24 women plus 8 women, that is 32 women. 32 women. Okay, equal to D2. Here women. Okay. Now 16 ones, 16 2s, 32, 2 1s, 2 3s. That is D2 is 3 days. So 12 men plus 8 women can complete the work in 3 days. Okay, I am explaining you once again this problem. See, they have given that 3 men or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. So either 3 men can complete the work in 16 days or 6 women can complete the work in 16 days. So we can write it as 3 men equal to 6 women. So 1 man equal to 2 women. So I am substituting wherever the man is there, I am substituting these 2 women in the place of man. So I will get 6 women, so 3 men, they have given that 3 men. So 6 women into 16 equal to 12 into 2 women because they have given that 12 men. 1 man equal to 2 women. So 12 into 2 women, that is 24 women plus 8 women, that is 24 plus 8, 32. 6 into 16 by 32, that is 3 days. Now let us look at our fourth problem. They are saying that some staff promised to do a job in 18 days, but 6 of them went on leave. So the remaining men took 20 days to complete the job. So how many men are there originally? So we need to find out what are the exact number of men were there originally without going on leave. Okay, now they are saying that some staff promised to do a job in 18 days, but we don't know what is the number of the staff. So we will consider it as X. Okay, so X number of staff have promised the job in 18 days. So after that 6 men went on leave. So in this X number of staff, 6 men went off leave. So I am subtracting 6 members from this X. So then they have completed the job in 20 days. Okay, now in the both the scenarios, they are telling that the amount of work to be done is the same. So I will use first formula to find the X number of men. P1 D1 equal to P2 D2. Okay, first of all, X number of staff, some staff have promised to do a job in 18 days. But we don't know what is the number of staff. So I am assuming the number of staff as X. And also after that 6 members went on leave. So I am subtracting 6 members from X. Okay. Now if I substitute these values in the formula, I will get X into 18 equal to X minus 6 into 20. So I will get 2 9s 18, 2 10s 20, and also 9x equal to 10x minus 60. Okay, so I will send this 9x to the right hand side and 60 to the left hand side. I will get 10x minus 9x, 10x minus 9x equal to 60. X equal to 60 men. Okay, so there are originally 60 men in the staff. Now let's see the fifth problem. They are saying that a 10-meter high wall to be built in 90 days. 30 men started to build the wall. After 60 days, they realized that only 6 meters of the wall is built. Find the additional number of men that should be employed to complete the work. Okay, so we need to find out what is the additional men to be employed to complete the work that is left over. So initially they are saying that 10-meter high wall to be built in 90 days. So the total time is 90 days to build the 10 meter of wall. And also they are saying that 30 men started to build the wall. 30 men started to build the wall. And after that, after 60 days, so 30 men have worked for 60 days. So after 60 days, they realized that only 6 meters of wall is built. Okay, 30 men have worked for 60 days and then they realized that only 6 meters of the wall is built. Now we need to find out what is the additional men to be employed to complete this leftover work. Okay, so after 60 days, how many days are left over? Only 30 days. Okay, after 60 days, only 30 days are left over in total time. And also after 60 days, they have built only 6 meter wall. Now how many meters of wall is left over? Only 4 meters. Okay, 10 minus 6, that is 4 meters of wall is left over after 60 days. Now we don't know what is the additional men to be employed to finish the work. So we don't know what is the P2. Okay, so initially they have told that 10 meters of wall to be built in 90 days. But 30 men started the working and after that 60 days they have realized that only 6 meters of the wall is built. Now in 90 days already 60 days completed. So the remaining days is only 30 days. Now only 6 meters of wall is built by 30 men. So in 10 meters after building 6 meters only 4 meters of wall is left over. Now we need to find out what is the additional men required to complete the work. Now we need to find out P2. Here if you observe the total amount of work to be done is different. Okay, in the first scenario they have completed 6 meters of work. Now they need to complete 4 meters of work. Okay, here work 2, here work 1. Here both the works are different. So we can use second formula, right? W1 by W2 equal to P1 D1 H1 by P2 D2 H2. Okay, so we don't have H here because they didn't give any hours. Now W1, that is 6 by 4 equal to P1, that is 30 men into 60 days by P2, we don't know P2, into 30 days. Okay, now I will cancel 30 and 30, 6 ones 6, 10, 60. Okay, now P2 equal to 4 into 10, that is 40 days. Okay, so 40 members can complete the 4 meters of wall in 30 days, but they are asking us to find out only additional men to be employed. So there are already 30 men here, so additional men will be 40 minus 30, that is 10 men. Okay, 10 men is the additional men to be employed to finish this 4 meters of wall. Now let us look at our sixth problem. They are saying that a contractor undertakes to build a wall of 1000 meters long in 50 days. He employs 56 men, but at the end of 27 days, he finds that only 448 meters of wall is built. How many extra men must the contractor employ so that the wall is completed in time? So we need to find out what are the extra men to be employed by contractor. This is also the same kind of problem as we solved earlier. So they are saying that a contractor undertakes to build a wall 1000 meters long. 1000 meters long in 50 days. Okay, and also he have employed 56 men, and at the end of 27 days, so 56 men have already worked for 27 days. Only 448 meters of wall is built. 448 meters of wall is built. Now, out of 50 days, already 27 days are completed. So, we have only left over 23 days. And also, in 1000 meters of wall, 448 meters of wall is already completed. So, we have only 552 meters of wall. So, we need to find out what is the extra men to be employed by the contractor. Now, in both the cases, the amount of work to be done is different. So, we use second formula. Now, I will get W1 by W2 equal to P1 D1 by P2 D2. So, I will get W1, that is 448 by 552 equal to, and P1 is 56 men into 27 by P2 into 23. So, if I cancel with 8 7s 56 and 8 5s 40, 8 6 48, and if I cancel with 8 again, 8 7s 56 and 8 6 are 48, okay, and also 48 8 9s 72. Okay, now 7 and 7 will be cancelled, and 23 ones, 20 into 3 will be 60, and 3 into 3 will be 9. So, 23 into 3. Okay, now if I P2 equal to, all are cancelled, so 27 into 3, that is 81 days. 81 persons are totally can take to build this 550 meters of wall. So, there are already 56 men. Okay, out of 81 men, there are already 56 men with the contractor. So, the extra men will be 81 minus 56, that is 25. 25 men are extra needed for contractor to complete the work in time. Okay, in this way we solve chain rule problems. Try to solve more and more problems based on the chain rule, so that we can come to know how to solve the chain rule problems using these formulas very quickly and also faster way. And that's it for this video. For more tutorials like this, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.